everybody. I hope y'all like that. Give me a second just to test the sound to make sure everything is fine. Alright, so I'm hearing it there. I just want to make sure my audio is coming through fine. Let's see. Alright, I can hear myself fine. Hey folks! It was trying to mess around with something different. Hope y'all like that. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hi, everybody. How are y'all doing? This is AJay the CEO, where we do a Q&A with AJay every Friday. You know, the more and more I see people in the the chat, I normally set it at noon, but I keep pushing it up because y'all are here, so I don't want to keep y'all waiting. So, hello to everybody. I hope, for whatever reason, YouTube was giving me a problem when I was trying to respond back to people. Some people it'll let me respond back to, and other people it wouldn't. So I don't know what was up with that. So if I didn't holler at you, my apologies. Let me jump over to something real quick here so you can see. All right. So hopefully this is going to be big enough for y'all to see. So this is Anthony. These are the songs that were being played during the intro. These are songs from Epidemic Sound. There's Boogie Wheel, Colors of Illusion, RaFa Orchestra, The Blaze, and Elevador. That's the kind of like a salsa type of Latin type of feel of music there. I'll try and list those. If I remember, I'll list those in the description. But hey, thank y'all so much. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. We gotta stop everything. We got a celebrity in the house. We got Michael Fair. He was last month's ATEM Mini winner. We actually, and I'm gonna talk about this as well too. He just got the ATEM Mini. Congratulations again, Michael. Now, I'm feeling some type of way, because Kareem J is the first person who actually won, but he didn't respond within 16 hours, and he sent me a message, sadly, like on Sunday evening, saying like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I missed this email and things like that, and I feel some type of way about that. So what y'all think? What y'all think we should do? Let me know. I'm here checking y'all out here. Mike says, not a celebrity, just a fan. Hey, well, I appreciate it. But what do y'all think we should do? Well, I'm thinking about sending something his way. I'm still trying to contemplate what we're going to do. But let's get all the formalities out the way, folks. So, believe it or not, I got my counter over here. We're at 29,588. So we are a hop, skip, and a jump away from 30,000 subscribers, where we're going to be giving away a Stream Deck, the Ada Imaging 100, HD 100. We're going to be giving that away, and a couple of emissionary shirts. So be on the lookout for that. Make sure you're subscribed and you have notifications on, as well as you've entered, because you never know what may happen. We also have, again, we just talked about Michael and we talked about Kareem. We have another giveaway for this month. We got one more, and that's in December. So make sure you register for this so that you don't miss out. And based off of the rules that everybody agreed, I send out an email. I put a video out on the last day of the month at noon. And we play that, and it shows who wins. And they have 16 hours to respond back to me. If they don't, we have to pick somebody else, unfortunately. But like I said, Kareem J, we're going to be doing something. Help him out, because he was out there canvassing, make sure everybody in the United States, wherever he was located at, is encouraging people to vote, which I ain't even touching that with a 10-foot pole. I wish they would just hurry up, in my honest opinion. But anyway, we're going to try and do something for him. Also, if you have not joined, make sure you join the Facebook For Me Media Group. 4 M's and an E, Modern Media Ministry Made Easy. It's like this, but 24/7, and there's people from all over the world that you can ask questions to. So that's really cool. And as Anthony said earlier, we are having our roundtable again this Sunday where anybody can join, and we just talk about the good, the bad, the ugly, what's going on in media ministry with like-minded people, to where whoever you're talking to, they're in the battle just like you. So we just drop issues on the table. We talk about that. We might talk about beliefs. We might talk about influence. We might talk about our church. We might talk about video games. You never know. It's an open forum for like-minded people to just talk. And if y'all are in there, give me a shout out if you've ever been to one of the roundtables. Let everybody know how it is. And let me go to a couple of questions. I'm not gonna bring it up, but I would just say the giveaways, all of the giveaways are open to anyone in any country as long as I can send the stuff there. So if I order something and I try and ship it there and they say no, we'll have to, cross that bridge when we get there. But it is open to everyone, no matter where you're at. Did I leave out of anything? I don't think I did. I think we're good. Yeah, so let's see. Let's go back here and let's see if I missed any questions here. So I'm going to go back to Sam's original question here. Wants to know how to influence the church to go live every Sunday. Well, what I said in the comments still stands true for this, because my church was kind of the same way. They didn't think that this was important. This is maybe about 4 years ago, something like that, when I was trying to do it. They didn't think it was important, and you can't convince anybody anything if they don't want to listen. It's a classic book by Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Classic book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Chapter number 1 is saying that you cannot convince anybody to do anything if they've made up their mind not to view it in that way. So I would say, Sam, for you, if you want to do it, and then somebody's got to forge ahead. If they don't believe in it, maybe it's just they don't understand it. That's how my church was. They didn't know this stuff. So I had to forge forward and do it in the first place and then show them. So I remember going to a church meeting and it was brought up, AJ didn't get permission to live stream and blah, 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 and all this other nonsense. And, AJ, what do you think? And I'm like, okay, well, this is what I think. We're ministering to somebody in Russia and China, and every Sunday. So we have, at that time, nobody at our church was watching it. We had 15 people watching. So I said, so with that being said, if y'all believe what I believe, who is going to those countries to minister? Oh, you're not? Guess what? We are. Oh, okay, AJ, you can go ahead and do the live stream and stuff. It depends. Like, I'm not a jerk. At least I don't think I am. But when it comes to certain stuff I believe in, I'm not going to fight over the word. But if you want to start talking about some nonsense, we can go at it. If you try and, I'm not one of these people that are like, I don't know the Bible. And you're going to say one thing and try and intimidate me with your Bible knowledge. Hey, I have a Bible here too, and I read it. And I know some stuff in there as well, too. I don't know everything, but I know some stuff. So you're not going to come at me with some incorrect stuff. That's just me. But anyway, that's what I would encourage. The long way is do it. You need to do something to encourage them in the first place. You need to have that information so that you can take it to them when somebody has a question. That's what my suggestion is. But again, I don't know everything. That's what the Facebook group is for. You can pose a question like that in the Facebook group, and you can have tons of people who are further down the road who have came across that same thing. And it's not just me talking. It's a bunch of other people who've done it as well. Let's see. Anthony was also asking, I already answered this, but could I use display capture option in OBS to broadcast a Zoom call to Facebook and YouTube? Yes, you can. You just got to make sure that you're also capturing the audio that's being played from your desktop and capture that. That's where you would have a scene to also capture the audio when you're doing that so that it can be sent as well. Daniel's saying he's watching and he's playing a service at the same time, so multitasking, sweet. Sam would like to know, how am I doing this live stream? I am using vMix to do this. This is what I said. This is me. I've had a lot of people ask me about doing tutorials on vMix. I've had vMix for a long time, the $60 version, and just never really used it. So I forced myself to use this for everything so that when I'm ready to do the videos, I know what I'm talking about. I don't ever talk about stuff that I don't use personally. Let's see. Those are my comments. Gustin's in the house. What's going on? Where we at? Daniel was also asking, I'm assuming you're talking about the R800, but if I'm wrong, please let me know. What do you think about the Canon Vixia? I think that's what you mean, 800, trying to find a reasonable price. Honestly, the Vixia R800 is what I recommend as the bare minimum camera. It's not great in low light, but it is excellent in focus and tracking and all this other stuff like that. And it's a good beginner camera. You can get it for around $180 to $220. It's a very nice starter camera. Let's see. Now, also, he was asking, am I going to do another OBS streaming package? Yes, I am. Got a lot of coals in the fire, irons in the fire, I think that's the term is. I got a lot of things that I'm trying to shrink down so that I can focus on some stuff, but yes, we are planning on doing that. Sam would like to know, what's the name of my church? Antioch Baptist Church in Varina, or Antioch Varina, V-A-R-I-N-A. That is our church. Clarence here, one of our Patreon supporters. AJ, with regard to the media budget process, should there not be a category for ministry startup, separate or incorporate with another, or incorporated with another category? Well, honestly, I would consider that growth, because it's one of those things that it's not, it's essential, but with a due date, because you don't know. Because if you're starting, you're setting the groundwork of like, okay, I need to start putting this stuff together. What do I need? And this is going forward. That's how I would characterize that. But I mean, you always could add another one if it's a startup. So it's up to you. Thank y'all so much for the intro. Like I said, I was trying to play around with something, some ragtime type of stuff like that. And it was a silent movie type of thing. That popped in my head. I was like, I think that'd be kind of cool. So always just trying to be creative here, but also give y'all some encouragement to try other things as well too, because I try a lot of the stuff in my church. I have a unique sense of humor, so everybody doesn't always get the stuff that I do, but the advantage is until somebody else in the media booth can do what I'm doing, hey, guess what? I get to be creative. If you don't like it, hey, you just don't like it. Let's see. Good morning, Bible Way Temple Ministries. Let me see. John Cook. Do you know if Worship Extreme has where you can test the full version for a limited time? With the free version, I cannot test multiple extended displays for the new feature. I think your comment cut off here, or it only let me show that much. No, to the best of my knowledge, no, I do not know of that. Excuse me. I know I reached out to them at Worship Extreme, and they gave me the license when I was doing tutorial videos when they didn't have anything. But send me an email, John, at Question, oh man, I normally have a cup of water right in front of me, and I think I need it. But send me an email at questions@ajhomes.com, and let me see if my contact's still at Worship Extremist there, and we can see, hopefully, what we can do. Can't promise you anything, but hey, we can try. Let's see. Like, this is Sam's comment, but like I said, all of the giveaways we have are open to anywhere all over the world as long as I'm allowed to ship there. Because normally what I'm doing now is I'm not buying it and getting it here and then me shipping it. I'm just buying it from whatever vendor that's available and having it shipped to you directly, to people who win. So if I don't have any issues with that, then it's fine. If we don't, like I said, we have to cross that bridge when we get there. Thank y'all so much for everybody saying that you like the graphics. Again, this is me just leveraging my year license at elements at mbatu.com. So just mixing it up a little bit. And as M&S Mobile Notary says, yes, the roundtables are awesome. We talk about a lot of stuff. A lot of people get healed, encouragement. We have moments where people can, bare their heart and stuff like that. So, and it's secure and all this other stuff. And the good thing is, I don't want to say it like I run our group like an iron fist. It's not meant like from a control standpoint, but my whole mindset is I want this to be open to anyone. We do not talk about denominations. We do not put people down because you think a different way. It's about us working together to move our ministry forward in media ministry. That's it. If you start talking about anything other than that, and if you live stream inside the Facebook group, you get out. Like Etna Mode from The Incredible says, no streams. Oh, she says no capes, but I say no streams. We only have streams when we talk about designated ones. We're all about trying to learn. I know your pastor is great. I don't want to listen to his message. And that group is for us to train each other so we can all deliver our messages to the world. So just let y'all know. Yeah, and everybody said that is right. So Daniel, like I said to Sam, I am using vMix to do this. Let's see. M&S Mobile Notary. Yes, the book was How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. I have read this book maybe like 10 times in over the last 15 years. Lets you know how to deal with people. And kind of like, it's almost like part of it's kind of biblical, where it says that I set before you life and death. And you can choose death if you want to. I'd rather you choose life, but, God gives us free will, and that's kind of how this is. It's like, hey, when people want to be, like I like to put it, if people want to hit their head against a brick wall and you're trying to encourage them not to, it's their choice to hit their head against a brick wall. You just don't take it personally. That's their choice. So once you get to that, you don't get frustrated with other people. Augustine has a question for the group. Does anyone here use SongShow Plus? I'm trying to overlay lower thirds for worship using NDI and OBS, but I was told by them that I have to upgrade our license for it to work with NDI. Is there a way? Now, Augustine, I know Augustine sent me a message. He works with me and does some video editing for me, which I really, really appreciate. I was going to say, Augustine, you sent me the link. I haven't had a chance to open it up, but I'm sure there's a way you may be able to manipulate it, but let me see what we can do. Derek McWilliams is from Las Vegas. Now, Derek, let me ask you a question. Are you interested in the Boring Company's tunnel that's going on in Las Vegas? I heard they're expanding that. I'm excited about trying to see that. But what are you using for real-time lower thirds? That, again, is in vMix. That is built into vMix. Is called vMix Social, where it ties into Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, or IRC, and it can pull over the comments. So that is what I am using for this. Darnell, I can add that, and I need to have a notepad here so I can write down what I need to put in here. So we need to add Music used in pre-show, elements, link, song, show. So I have this notes here so I can remember to add that. So yes, I would do that when I get a chance. Okay, we got a question here. I use the A10 Mini for streaming. However, I'm getting a humming and buzzing sound on the stream. Audio from the soundboard sounds fine, and the A10 is set to line in on mic settings. What can I do? Honestly, I was having the same issue with this new mic, and it's most likely that your the gain is probably too much. Now, I'm just going to show you an example of what I'm doing, what I did with mine. So here, this is what's coming in right now with my mic, and I had to play around with this. So I had to do a balance of I'm either sending my level of audio from my Evo 4, and either I throttle that back, and I don't know. I'm still trying to learn a lot of the sound stuff, but I think what I'm doing is, and I'm using this from a musician standpoint, when I have my keyboard plugged into an amp, let the amp amplify and don't crank the keyboard up as high as possible. So for me, my mic, I don't have to crank that up high. I let the gain handle that, or I pull the gain back and then increase it from the source. That's kind of what I did, and I played around with that well before we started, because I've been having a bunch of issues ever since I got this mic like 3 days ago, and I've been dabbling with that. So that's what you might want to just play around with. Second Jay, you are welcome. Let's see, David Winchester, can the Elgato, and I think I have a cousin named CJ, well, it's AJ, but can the Elgato Stream Deck turn on and off power strips, etc.? We turn on power strips connected to an LED that shows we are on air when we start. Yes, you can, but not directly. What I would do is you can actually, there's a site called IFTTT, if then this, where it depends on the, again, this is DIY stuff. What I would do with this is IFTTT. It depends on what type of strip that you would use. I would use like a TP-Link or something like that, one of these smart ones that IFTTT links with. And let me bring that up here. I haven't used it in a while, to be quite honest. All right, so on here, this is a site that you can do a bunch of stuff, and you can link this to like a smart plug, and then you can make a batch file to send the command to that, and then you can link the batch file inside the Stream Deck. Now, this is the same thing that I do for running our shutdown on our computer at church. So I know it sounds a roundabout way. I don't know if there's a way natively to do this. But while we're doing this, let me open mine up and let's see. Maybe they added something. I don't know. Here's the Stream Deck controls here. And let's see what new stuff they have in here. So they got voice mod. I want to do all of these. And let me see. Yep, they do. Easily integrate the Stream Deck with IFTTT setup and control smart devices. I didn't know. I'm about ready to download this myself because I didn't know they had it. So, and this actually came out last year. Cool. So now I guess you can link this directly to these commands, and depending on the type of smart plug you have, then yeah, you probably could. What you would do is put a smart plug that have all your LEDs plugged into it, make sure everything is left on, and do that. But then if you have LEDs that are controlled a different way, you can do it. You can do it like that, and that's cool. I need to play around with this, and let me give a note to myself for that one, because I guess now that they got it directly, then yeah, you could. Stream Deck IFTTT. All right, cool. I learned something new with that. Dwayne Rich, sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. Do I have a video for John Cook's question of having lower thirds on the stream and full text in the sanctuary. Yes, I do. That was the beta that I was testing out with Worship Extreme before it became live, which it is now. Let me find where it is, so I know exactly which one it is. Hey Derek, your message is blocked by YouTube. It doesn't allow emails and stuff like that, so yeah, email me directly your question about looking at your stream. So please do that there. That's the easiest way for me to get that. Yeah, so here's the video that I was talking about. How to have multiple screen outputs in Worship Extreme, upcoming feature. This goes over that exactly. So let me copy that and add that to what we were talking about. Worship Extreme, multiple outputs. All right. So that's cool. Now let's see what else we got here. No problem. Daniel wants to know, what do I feel about Proclaim? Me personally, I don't like it. That's just me. But I mean, I know a bunch of other churches that love it. It's up to you. I don't really have an affinity for which one, even though I talk about Worship Extreme a lot. My church, we use ProPresenter 7. The only reason we use that is because I didn't even know about Worship Extreme by the time we ended up getting ProPresenter, because originally we were using Easy Worship, but Easy Worship, they discontinued our version when they upgraded to the new one, and then that new one was broken as all get out. So we just couldn't use anything, and we couldn't roll back to the other ones because you couldn't even install the old one. So all we knew was ProPresenter. So that's why we went with that. But if I had it to do again, I would do Worship Extreme because it does everything that we need. Enoch, hello, hello. Daniel again. Can I bring the Restream chat into OBS as a lower third, such as you're doing? Yes, but you would have to do some manipulation with that. Kind of like if you look at some of my earlier videos when I was doing this in OBS, I did a screen capture of the pop-out. So like right now, what I used to do is this. So I would have, let me close all this stuff here. So how I normally would do it is, this is the pop-up of the YouTube chat. I would actually take this address, and let me see if I can do it here at the same time. And y'all need to see my email. What I would do is come in here and do a browser, and then I would paste that address in there, and then I would change the dimensions to match, and then boom, now my chat is inside of my stream. And I would resize this so it's only a certain certain dimension. So let's say let's do 300. Oh, wait a minute, I did the wrong one. Width is 300. I didn't do this one as you know, something like this. And you'll play around with that so it stays on the side, and you can play with the dimensions, whatever, and as it actively moves, it will go. That's how I used to do it, but like I said, vMix has this built-in that's, I think, is a lot nicer, and that's one of the things I do like about that. And to my knowledge, OBS still does not have anything as easy as that right now. Brother Art, hello, hello from Phoenix. Let's see, he wants to see if this system will work. And it is a mini PC, an Intel J415. Let's look that processor up and let's see. Because a lot of systems can stream. It's all about the horsepower that the processor and the graphics can handle. So that was a Intel J4125. I would have to tell you there, Brother Art, I would say no, because this is a Celeron processor. It has 4 threads and 4 cores, and it's at a boost clock of 2.7 gigahertz. Let me take that back. You may be able to stream with this. I wouldn't push it past 1920 by 1080 by 30, but again, that's just my assumption. If you're just doing it as a relay, maybe, but it's kind of hard for me to say, honestly, without me actually messing with it myself. Andy here. Hey, first time on your live stream, but a lot of your videos have been super helpful in getting us started with our service. Been live streamed, so big thanks for that. Couple of questions for you. Can the picture-in-picture from the A10 Mini Pro have a chroma key applied, i.e. black background, transparent, and just white words showing? Yes, you can, but it really wouldn't be the picture-in-picture. What that would be is kind of like the chroma key function using the DVE. That's what I used to use when I used the green screen behind me a lot. Now, what I used to do is like push myself in the lower corner. So let me see if I can actually do it now. All right, so let's see if we can get our stuff here set up here. So you're going to need to do this in the software as well too. So let me cut over to the software. And what we're going to do is our upstream key, we're going to use our chroma key. And then let's go ahead and turn that on. Alright, so as you can see, I've messed around with this and I need to change the coloring just a little bit so I can get this dialed in here. Background. Something like this, and then now I can change its position here, and let me say maybe -8. Oh, that's too low. -6, -7. Okay, something like that. And then I don't like the sides and stuff like that, so I would crop those sides a little bit to get the other stuff out of the way. So what's that? That's the right. So now I can get that other stuff out of the shot, and maybe a -14. Yeah. So now you can see I'm here using this over top of this at the same time. So yeah, it can work. But again, you would actually need to dial this stuff in to do it that way. So hope that helps. Let's switch back over to here. All right. All right, David, you are welcome. Now, Patrick, this is a very interesting question because I'm supposed to be doing a wedding, a Zoom wedding, the same way coming up. I plan on using my phone as a hotspot. And I can't find my mini router. Well, it's around here somewhere. That's what I used to use when I was doing live streaming sporting events. I would just use my phone and link it, but I had it to a router that you can connect to a phone. Oh, there it is. I use something like this to where it's a mini router, so I can use Wi-Fi for my tablet when I was trying to control the score and stuff like that, but it also has USB on the side, so I can plug my phone and it would tether this. So to my computer or anything on here, it would look just like a regular connection, but I'm using my phone or a hotspot or anything can work off of this. Actually, I need to buy a laptop. As much as I don't want to, I need to buy a laptop because they want this on Zoom. So I thought it was going to be regular live stream, but I can't do it that way. So I guess I might have to be buying myself a laptop. Really don't want to, but hey. Hopefully that answers your question, Patrick. Derek, like I said, to email me directly, you send the email to, let me turn that off. I'm using the same overlay. Send me an email at questions@ajhomes.com. That is how you can email me directly. Give me 48 to 72 hours to respond, though, and that's what's going on. Awesome. Tim Sue, you're finally getting your ATEM. Congratulations. It looks like a lot of them are more back in stock now, so that's good. It's not as bad as it was originally. Back to Andy. Also, I know you aren't a big Easy Worship user, but any experience using their fold back screen to show different lyrics set up for the live stream versus in church? Honestly, the Easy Worship that we had was, I think it was 2004 was the version that we had, and it didn't have any of those features, unfortunately. So, no, at that time, it wasn't a lot of people trying to do live stream with that at the time, to my knowledge. Excuse me. But we'll see. I have to check that out. Let's see. Yep, Chuck Taylor has a suggestion. H2R Graphics can do your chat and your live stream in OBS and make it work, just like in vMix. Yes, I don't think it still hasn't linked to Facebook chats, live stream chats yet. I know YouTube does work. That's the only reason I haven't started using that at my church, because we use Facebook more than we use anything else. Back to Tim Sue. I used a Canon 90D. Is it possible to connect the switcher and still have visuals on the flip screen of the camera for the camera? I don't know. It all depends that when you connect that camera, does it give a separate HDMI out but still use the screen? That part I don't know. I know with my Nikon D5300, once I connect something to my ATEM, the screen does not work. Everything is being filtered through the HDMI. That's the one thing I don't know about that one. Sorry. Back to Patrick. Oh, wait a minute. Here. For overlay chat solutions, if you have ATEM, check out. Yeah, Aaron has some great stuff as well. I like a lot of the stuff. He's integrated and written a bunch of custom stuff that he makes available for people to use as well, too. Derek is saying your bit rate will also play a role in whether you're able to stream from the lower end PCs. Yep, exactly. Back to Brother Art. I'm concerned about encoding issues on the current computer. I saw your Nook OBS video. Yeah, that was me just testing it out just to see if it'll work. Yeah, it would work. That was kind of like in my budget video. That is my stand. Before I had the ATEM, that was my standby. If anything ever failed, my intention was to just route one camera directly to that, and at least that would get us by. But now, at the same price that Nook, you can get an ATEM Mini Pro, and then you don't even have to worry about that. So, the Chuck Taylor. What do you think about the Ryzen 3 4300U processor? I'm needing to update my old laptop, and Wally World has a Lenovo IdeaPad 5 for $329 with the Ryzen. Well, Chuck, at that price, I'm going to see if I can get one myself, because I want to get an Asus TUF laptop. I really do. But that's going for around like $800, $950, something like that. I mean, this was going to be a business purchase, but I just need a laptop for when I'm moving around and stuff like that, and for mainly Zoom stuff. So if I can get that one at that price, I think that's a great deal. Actually, go for the next one up. I'm looking at Walmart right now. They have the Ryzen 5 3500U, and that one is only like $70 more. I would think that would be a good one as well too. And I'm not really a big Lenovo, which was actually IBM, and they were bought out. But yeah, if they got this on stock, I might actually buy that Ryzen one, because that's not super over the top, and it's in a decent price range as well too. The only thing I'm looking at here on the system, and maybe I should cut over here so y'all can see what I'm looking at. I'm looking at here, this was the, I'm assuming this is the system that he was talking about. I like the flip and stuff like that. My concern is it should be using the, they don't always give you the product information. That's what I need. Graphics. Okay, so it is using the Radeon graphics on this. I'll be honest with you, Chuck. If this, I don't like the fact that there's only 4 gigs of memory. That's why I'm thinking about this one, because it has 8. I really don't even want to do 8. I'd rather have more than that, but it is my favorite color, blue, and this is within reason. If they had this, I would go buy this today, to be quite honest. And I'm gonna hold this because I might need to do that. Thank you, Chuck. You put me in a position where I might have to spend some money. See, Augustine, man, you funny. I had somebody saying, why do you say so much in your videos? I was like, I don't know, so I guess so. Y'all got to realize, most of the time when I do this stuff, I don't really do a script. I do have a video that's coming up where I actually use the script, and thankfully, I can talk about this now. Let me show you a review product that the video is coming soon. These are some products that I've had for quite a while that a review is coming very soon. Actually, it's already been posted. I'm just waiting for the final authorization. These are Bose noise canceling headphones designed specifically for houses of worship and media production staff. You got a single ear and then also have a dual ear. Awesome. Be on the lookout for that video. Make sure you have notifications on so that way you get it when it comes out. Sam would like to know, do you preach or share gospel? Well, I am a minister of music, and to be quite honest, yes, how I preach is how I live my life. So that's the best sermon that I personally think that you can do. But no, I don't. I mean, I have preached before at my church I grew up at, when they asked kids who grew up to come back and be a lay speaker. But no, I'm mainly the minister, a minister of music. I don't have the title of minister of music at my church. I am a minister of music. I hope y'all know the difference. Also would like to know, what's the best webcam? Honestly, I still use the Logitech 920C. That's what I started my YouTube channel with, and that camera is still great. 1080p, 60 frames a second. You can get it for $60. Vlad, I have 4 outputs of my graphics card, so one of the output signal I can send to another room. Is it possible to send the program in OBS video and audio through HDMI? Yes, you can, but you can only send it to one. What you would probably want to do, and that adds so much more stuff to that, is, well, do you want them all to go off? Do you want to use each individual output to go to every different room? Because honestly, if I was doing that, I would just run one output and then split that, let the audio go over that HDMI, and then it will go to wherever. That's what I would do in that type of situation. But if you split it, only one of them at a time is going to be able to get audio. Cflo Johnson, we are currently live streaming our church service online, mixed does not sound as good as in person when connected to the mixer. I'm thinking about an external mic for house sound. Any recommendations? An external mic. I mean, it depends. Are you going to use this to capture the whole sanctuary or just whoever's just talking? I need some info on that one. Hey, Patrick, thanks for stopping by. Daniel, here's a crazy question, I suppose. I currently use a webcam, my iPad, and soon the Canon 800. I'm looking at getting an A10 Mini Pro. Will that kill my webcam and iPad usage? The iPad and webcam cannot connect to the ATEM at all. Now, if you're using something like vMix or OBS, you could still bring in everything over the ATEM and then switch over to the other devices as different cameras, which won't be utilizing the ATEM at all. If you really needed to do that, I mean, that's a good transitional step until you want to do solely everything from the ATEM. I mean, but if you were thinking that you can use those two with the ATEM, no, they won't work with that. The man has entered the house. Hey, AJ, there's probably not the question for this topic, but I'm asking because you're a musician. My church drummers do lose their rhythm when playing at my church drummers do lose their rhythm when playing. I'm looking for a metronome or a way the drummer can keep rhythm. Any ideas? Honestly, I'm guilty of I head bob. I use my super strength to pound my foot through the floor to get them to get in beat. It all depends. I remember back in school, I don't know if they still use it when I was in band. Band director from middle school, Mr. Jim Meredith, who I'm friends with still on Facebook. I might tag him on this. He used a thing called Dr. Beat, and it was like a digital metronome, and it just played through the speakers. And maybe if you have in-ears, you can send it that way, or maybe honestly have it like on a walkie-talkie or something like that, you know. Or what was it, like Beartooth? I think that was an app that was on your phone that uses the Wi-Fi to talk back and forth with your phone. I mean, you can send a beat like that if need be. That's what I'm just thinking. I mean, there's costly ways to do it, but hey, you never know. Well, Chuck, awesome. Like I said, I'm going to go to Walmart after this and see what I can do, because if they got it, I will get one myself. Hopefully, I don't have to order it. Oh, the man was saying, yeah, I didn't realize that you used the word "so" a lot. A lot of your videos you posted, you mentioned it, and now I hear it saying the whole time. Yeah, it's one of those things. I did one video that when I was editing, I noticed it, and I even did a "so" counter on how many times. It's one of those, I guess, I'd rather say "so" than all the time. So it's a transitionary word when I'm trying to think about something. So, and there it was again. Daniel was asking, in one of the OBS trainings, can you teach us how to transfer OBS stuff from one computer to the next? Yeah, I actually have done that, but I will do that again if need be. Otis is in the house. Hello, sir. The Impact Church. How do you have comms to talk to your media team for a small church? Honestly, like I said, I would use something like Beartooth, or it's one of these intercom apps that are cross-platform for iPhone and Android. That's the easiest thing. Next thing you could do is just get some walkie-talkies with headsets. That's what our security ministry does. You could do something like that. It doesn't have to be costly. Now, the Mars T1000, thankfully, we were blessed with that. A company sent that to me to review, and that's what we use. We didn't have anything. What we used to do is text each other to try and get people's attention. So you start with what you got. You don't have to spend a whole lot of money if you have. All right, Vlad. So I kind of have a small example of what I'm using at Lebanon. It's not the HDMI per se, but it kind of is. So it's around the corner, so I don't want to get up and get it. But I am, and I'm waiting for it to come in. I am coming out HDMI from the computer, or the ATEM is going to be for that one. But the computer will work the same way, because I was just trying to do this when I was playing Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered on my PlayStation right behind here. So what you would do is come out HDMI to a HDMI to SDI converter, then the SDI converter goes to a splitter, then the splitter goes, and now all the audio will come here. Now the same way I'm doing in OBS, it would work the same way. And like right now, I don't want to do it right now because it's going to mess my sound up, but on your Windows computer or whatever, if you go to the speaker on the bottom, and I can't show it on the screen because it doesn't capture the screen that has my sound on it right now. If you click on the speaker, you can pick where your output is going to be for your sound. So that's the first thing. And then in OBS, once you have all your sound, you want to make sure that, say for this example, you want to make sure you are going to advanced and you're outputting everything. That will play everything through your default sound. And then make sure this is set to default, or you point it specifically to whichever your output you want to play. So you say you pick your HDMI, that's what you want to come out, right? Then after you do that, right click, go to full screen, and then select whichever monitor is going to be your output that you're connected to. And then it's going to show and play over that HDMI, whatever you're connected to. So, but you cannot do that. You can have multiple outputs for the HDMI, but you can't have for video, but you can't do that for audio. You can only have one source for your output of audio. Danielle would like to know, what camera and microphone are you using for this current live stream? Well, the newest mic that I got from a recommendation from somebody from the Facebook group is the Rode Pod mic. This is a dynamic microphone that I am really happy with. XLR connection, doesn't need phantom power, and it's connected to my Evo 4. It's only $100. Very nice. I was looking at getting that Shure that everybody was talking about, and that was $400, and I was trying to save up to get that. But that's why I'm thinking, instead of spending the money on that, I might actually use it for something else. Maybe another ATEM. You never know. Not for me, of course, for somebody. And actually, let me stop that. Let's do something here. I'm checking the chat here, so let's see who's going to be quick for this one. The first 2 people to leave in the comments the answer to this question, you will get one of the new e-missionary shirts that I have on my store, and the merch or whatever that you see below here. So the question is, that might be too easy. Oh well. What branch of the military was I in? First 2 people. I will pick y'all, and then we'll go from there. All right. Let's see who's paying attention. All right, let's go to our next question. Oh, but Danielle, I'm sorry. That was the mic. And the camera I'm using is the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K. That's what I'm using right now. But what I originally started with is this camera, which is not, it's not plugged in. There we go. When I first started, my first camera was the Sony AX5300. Is a 4K camcorder. That's what I started everything with originally. And man, my elbow's ashy. I need some lotion. But that's what I started with. But now I'm using a Pocket Cinema camera because this was meant for more business stuff, and I haven't had a chance to really do anything with it. But we'll see. What starter video camera would you recommend for live streaming? Well, it needs to be connected to something. The camera doesn't just do it by itself. I would say starter for around $200. The Canon R800 is a very good camera to start with. You're welcome. I thought about in-ears, but how would I go about connecting the metronome to your in-ears? Honestly, for your phone, I would just do the mic out and then let that be your source. Send that. So what I do is just play, like I have a metronome app on my phone. I would just plug that in here, plug that into the receiver, and then that would be, the sound from the metronome would be what's being heard instead of you talking. That's how I would do that. Let's see. Augustine, man, I'm not messing with you. We need to have some sew shirts. You know, I would do that as a joke. You know what? How about we do that? All right, Augustine, how about this? How about if I do make a sew shirt, and the whole idea of it is it would be e-missionary, but on the back it says sew or some design or something like that. And all the profits from that will go towards maybe extending this ATEM mini giveaway to next year. You never know. Maybe we can think about something like that. Let me know what y'all think about that. Ty, you are welcome, because he was actually the person who, I believe, yeah, Ty, you were the one who was asking for that. So you're welcome. Josh is in the house. Nah, man, you ain't missed nothing. All right, we got one. Clarence, yes, Marine Corps. Last duty station was 29 Palms, California. So Clarence is one. The Chuck Taylor is number 2. Now, Chuck, I was getting ready to say, Chuck has already won a bunch of other shirts. So, you know what? I'm going to do this. Chuck, you already got one. I'm going to have to get somebody else. So, Derek, how dare you? How dare Army? No. Just messing with y'all. The next one we had was The Man. All right. So, Clarence, Chuck, The Man, please email me. And we will get you some stuff sent out to you. Otis, go Navy. Hey, we are the snipers for the Navy. So, or they're our duty drivers when they drive us to where, or sail us to where we need to go. Let's see. C-Flow, I was thinking about aiming a shotgun mic towards the house speakers for our live sound. Any thoughts? Oh, no, please don't do that. Don't do that. Well, I mean, I was saying don't foam it at the speakers. If you just have a shotgun, just have them. I have to think about that. I gotta really think about that one. The SNB channel. Hey AJ, got a question about OBS. Streamlabs has a remote deck app. Is there a remote app for OBS that can be controlled on your tablet? Yes, there actually is. And honestly, one you could do is it's just a Stream Deck app. I think that one is free from Elgato that you can use, or is reasonably priced. You could do that. That's the thing what I was using for. Everybody's talking about the sew shirt. Y'all is funny. Y'all funny. Hey, you know what? I think we got a design idea. Thank you, M&S Mobile Notary. AJ, the back of the shirt should say, of the sew shirt should say, so you have a problem, so volunteer. Yes, I love it. You know what? Let me write that one down. Be on the lookout for that. I'm actually going to do it that way. So what do y'all think should be on the, so, what should be on the front? Is it just so, or maybe so, ... and then on the back, so volunteer, e-missionary, something like that? Give me some info on that. Design a sew shirt with the back saying so. I love it. I love it. Man. Ty, yes, it was, because that's the difference about the cinema camera. It's not automatic like this one. This one, the camcorder, it adjusts everything for me. I don't have to do anything. With this one is completely different. I actually bought the I got my phone on Do Not Disturb, and I got all these messages coming up. What I have when I'm using this camera is I have on my phone a control that's controlling the the camera, so I can change the balance in the picture. So I'm going to do it right now. So if I change my ISO here, you see the picture is getting darker, and it's not dynamic. So normally I have mine at 3200, something like that. That's what I have in front of me to control this. That's the learning curve. It took me a while to figure that one out, because I didn't go to school for none of this stuff. I'm still learning. So sound stuff, I'm learning. ISOs, f-stops, and lenses, and all that stuff, I'm still learning that as well too. Yeah, so again, it was Chuck, Clarence, and the man. I need y'all to email me. Y'all are the first ones that got the answer to what branch of the military was I in. If you can send that to me, and then I will let y'all pick the shirt that y'all want, let me know, and then I will have that shipped to you. Well, actually, Clarence is saying, I got carried away for a moment. I actually have 2 shirts coming in the mail today, so I withdraw, give the shirt to the next person. Okay, so let me see who was the next person who actually had this. Well, guess what? It's you, Ty. You're the next person that had it. So you send me an email with your address information. So that's Ty, Chuck, and the man. Y'all will send me the information. I will get some e-missionary shirts out to you. Let's see. Where do we leave off at? Derek, yes, that's what it was last time I saw it. It was bare tooth like that. Now, hey, I can't. I don't know. I don't know why that is. I appreciate that, Michael. You're being fair. You're being fair. All right, Vlad. Glad that was a help. See, somebody knows what they posted when they posted this. Oh, never mind. I was reading into this. I'm gonna take that 2 ways. Let me give y'all a tip. I don't go overboard with this. Never, ever, 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 ever call a Marine a soldier. A Marine is a Marine. That's a tip. Normally, I'm a nice one. You talk to anybody else, call them that, they might say some choice words to you. Well, congratulations. Hey, we're all winners here. The mic I am using, like I said, I am using the Rode Pod mic. That is what I am using right now. And let me bring that up here so y'all can see it. And I got a bunch of things that are out for delivery right now, which is cool. Alright, so here is the mic that I am using. This is the the Rode Pod mic. This is the one that I'm using. Now, it says here it takes a month to 2 months for it to be delivered. That's what it said to me, so I just went ahead and just, paid for it, and it actually was delivered to me in 3 days. So I don't know what that's all about, but really happy with it. This is all that comes in it. No cable, no nothing. It's literally just the mic. That's it. But let me know, what does this sound like to y'all? I think it sounds good. I've had some little feedback stuff, but that's what I was playing around with, the gain and everything like that. Hello, hello, and welcome. Thanks for joining us for the first time. Can you... Oh, the app? No. Mine was called, the app for mine was, I think it was like $4 from the App Store, and it was the Blackmagic Cam Control. They do have one, but I think it's only iPad or iPhone only, something like that. And I have an iPad, but I mean, it takes up too much space on my desk, so that's why I don't have that there. Hensley Lewis from the Netherlands, awesome. We have been having problems with our transmission. We use OBS transmitting within Zoom and Facebook Live. However, everything has been sticking. I need an example of that. Hit me up, send me an email, please, and maybe we can get in some more detail with that. questions@ajhomes.com. I don't know enough about that. Now, Seaflow, you said Air Force, but honestly, I wanted to fly, but these things right here, at the time when I was in, they were like, no, and my height. And I was like, y'all stink. So that's why we didn't go in that direction. Thank y'all so much. Phoenix City, that's kind of a difficult question for me to answer because it depends on how many inputs that you have, how many you need. Like I'm using over here for what I used originally, just for my live stream, was a Yamaha MG10XU, which is a 10 channel for here that I can also use for my mics, my instruments, stuff like that. I started with a Behringer like 3-channel, 5-channel that was like $50, but now at our chapel we have a 16-channel Behringer, but at our main sanctuary we have a 48-channel that we don't even use all the channels, and personally I want to move over to like an X32 or something like that for the more features. It's kind of hard. You need to know how many inputs you need to give you a good suggestion over that. All right, so Hensley, if you're saying the system is getting really hot, it's most likely it's being throttled. You really need to make sure it has plenty of space for airflow to go through. And did you get the same case that I was talking about? Because they should have fans in there. Make sure the fans are plugged in, and make sure they're plugged in so that it's not overheating. If you don't have that CPU fan overheating plugged in, I'm surprised the computer is even still on. Need a little bit more information about that, but please email me. We can see what we can do. Otis, you got it right. Call Marines a soldier, and then they may respond in speech like, exactly. Exactly. Thank y'all so much. Y'all said the sound is great. The reason why, honestly, is laziness, to be quite honest. I like the Rode wireless. I still use it. It's just when I'm going around and stuff. But my idea is here, originally when I was getting my equipment, I had to go as small as possible because I had limited space. Now that I've moved and I have more space, I'm trying to get something that's stationary so that when I come in, that's it. What it used to be, I used to have to disassemble all this other stuff because this was for my work as well too. That was a pain. So the idea is for me to have a setup that's stationary, but I have other stuff that's portable. So originally, before I had the ATEM Mini Pro, I had a full ATEM television studio like what I just installed in my church. That's what I used to have. And that just stayed up under the table. And that worked great for me, but now this shrunk. The idea is I might even go back to that or have another one so that I can take this with me, especially when we start going back to sporting events and stuff like that. I'm actually going to replace that whole setup. We used to take a suitcase with us, and now it's just going to be a book bag with a laptop, an ATEM Mini or A10 Mini Pro, most likely just the A10 Mini because we don't need the streaming function. We can use the laptop to do that. That's what I'm thinking about. Yeah, Joe, thank you so much. Yeah, I like this as well too. I've done some singing with this before choir rehearsal yesterday, and it turned out really well. And I didn't make the vlog from yesterday because I woke up late and I was trying to get this straight. So I still need to make my vlog from yesterday where I actually was using the audio with this. Phoenix City wants to know, what email server do I use? We use Bluehost for our church. That's what we use. Manu, hello. So Phoenix was saying that they need 12 input soundboard. So let me see. This actually, I think, is exactly the one that we use in our chapel now. And it gives us everything we need, and we have USB out. So this USB plugs into our streaming system over there, but I've since moved the ATEM, our original ATEM, over there. So I can't connect this directly. But yeah, we come out of here over USB into our computer if we ever decide to do live streaming over there. So I think this will work, and it doesn't break the bank. But again, I don't know what your budget is. Hello, hello. You are welcome. And your next question was doing Facebook Live using OBS and have done awesome. 260 nonstop live streams. Excellent. But you're saying the issue is mic distortion. Yeah, it might be, you might need to put a limit on in OBS that it will cap how, if it's the distortion like it's capping out or clipping, might do something like that. Play with the audio settings under, you can put a filter on that to stop it if that's what the distortion is. My distortion, I was getting grounding sound, so I had to change out my cables, and that worked for me. Let's see. Just want to know, when I send out multi-view output HDMI to a monitor from the A10 Mini Pro, can I send the program out through the USB-C and bring it over to OBS? Yes. Actually, yes, you can. Technically, I could do that right now. I just don't have the USB plugged in. I'm going HDMI out into my capture card on my streaming system over here, and that's what y'all are seeing. That's the HDMI out. Because if I hit this, now you can see the multi-view. So, but yeah, you could do it that way. Daniel, no, I would say don't hate it. I mean, it's one of the easier, cheaper ones to start collecting emails and things like that for your church. I'm redoing mine because we need to have a digital type of directory as well, and a way to do newsletters and send stuff out without doing it the old-fashioned way. Otis, how do you live stream to your church website? Embed from YouTube or custom RTMP? Actually, Otis, we are streamed to my Vimeo account, and my Vimeo, because it does not change, I do the embed from that to our church website. And that just makes it easier for me because I'm the one that's doing it, so I want it to be easy for me. So if I cut over here, this is all Vimeo here, but our Vimeo account rebroadcasts to Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch for us. So we don't pay for a restream. Vimeo under my account already does that defaultly. Oh, I didn't even realize we've been going on for a minute, folks. And I actually, yeah, we've been going on for an hour and a half, and I didn't realize I got to go to Lynchburg because I got to tweak a whole sound system tomorrow at 5th Street. So sorry for cutting it short. But thank y'all so much for being a part of here. And like I said, don't miss out, folks. We are at 29,591. We're about ready to be at under 400. So it's going to be next week, if not sooner, that we cross 30,000. And I'm hitting the wrong button. So make sure you sign up for the 30,000 subscriber giveaway. We're giving away an AJay imaging camera, which is similar to this overhead camera right there, so y'all can see my layout here. That's what we're giving away as one of the prizes, the top one provided by AJay Imaging. Thank you so much. Second prize is going to be a Stream Deck, and then third, fourth, and fifth is going to be a choice of e-missionary shirts. And the rules are same. If you don't respond within 16 hours, the next person gets it. So if we pick somebody for the camera, they don't respond, the person who was picked for the Stream Deck gets promoted, they get that. And we're working on that. Please make sure you're subscribed and have notifications on. You need to anyway, because that's a part of the rules for you to get entered. But make sure you check the notifications are on, because that's the way you're going to get notified when we start that video, because I don't know when we're going to hit 30,000. Like I said, I believe it's going to be maybe Wednesday, but be on the lookout for that, because you're going to see a live, and we're going to start picking people based off of that. Also, don't forget about the ATEM mini giveaway. We got another one this month. Might double it up. You never know. That's what's going on. And we got another one for December. So you still got 2 more chances for that. If you haven't, make sure you sign up for and join the Facebook group. We have a roundtable call that is coming up this Sunday. I believe it's going to be at 5 p.m. Eastern. And we normally go 2 to 3 hours. So if you don't feel that you can jump in at that time, you can jump in at different times. But if you jump in and no one's there, most likely you got off the call. But we go at minimum 2 hours. And I think last time we went 3. But it's open, join. We talk about a whole bunch of stuff. It's an open forum. Make sure y'all sign up for that. Great experience. It's like this 24/7. All you got to do is answer all the questions and you automatically come in. So you don't need to ask me to get joined. Once you answer all the questions and agree to the rules, you come in. And the main rule is no streams. Do not live stream in that group. You will be kicked out instantly. All right? We just don't want to have people inundated. People are trying to get answers, not having a bunch of sermons on there. If you want to post your sermon because you're trying to find out, oh, I'm having an audio issue or I'm having a sound issue, cut it up into like maybe 30 to 90 seconds. Show that. You don't need to post your whole 2-hour service just for us to help you with your sound. So that's going on. And what else? I think that's about it. But let's go ahead and do it in reverse. I want to thank our members here. And this is an old image. We actually got some more people on here. So my apologies for not putting this on here. Let's take this down. Let's update that, because we've had more people join us here, which I am very thankful for. And maybe if we press the change button, AJay, that would be the right thing to do. Change. I think I called this, yeah, I gave it a different name. There we go. And this is still old, because this somebody else had joined on here. I haven't updated this, so my apologies. So this is not correct. We actually have JHB joined. This is the last one that I noticed on here, so my apologies for that. But those are our YouTube members, and this is old as well too. Man, I missed 2 things to update today. But anyway, I want to thank the patrons and our YouTube members, because they make videos like this possible. They actually help us to do the awesome activities that we do. So it's not necessarily just me coming out of my pocket. I normally double whatever the patrons are giving, so we are able to contribute more. We're at the point where we're right at the door of being able to get to 600, so that we can actually $600 a month from patrons, so that we can buy a Wirecast license. That's one of the things we're going to work on that people wanted training on. I don't have a license. We need one. Oh, that's the other thing I didn't do. If y'all have followed any of my videos where I did the live score app, the owner of that company gave me a license. So, you know, I don't have it right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to post that in the community tab, and I'm going to show who won. And they need to follow back up with me, and I will get them that license. So thank you so much, folks. I think that's it. I hope y'all have a great weekend, afternoon, evening, day, whatever it is. And if no one told you, thank you so much for what you do for your ministry of helping reaching beyond the four walls, because that's what this is all about. Y'all are all e-missionaries, where we use technology to share God's word to people we may never meet. Thank you so much for everything that you do. I appreciate you. I love you. And I hope y'all have a great weekend, whether you're doing church on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, don't even matter. I hope y'all have a great day. So we'll talk to y'all later. So.